Hey guys, a lot of people want to know what actually do I do? What does a queen do? Well, they call me Regina, the queen of car loans, because I help good people with bruised credit. Most of the time people say bad, but I say bruised credit, help them get into a vehicle. 80%, 90% of my customers have bruised credit. And I watch a lot of videos out there where content creators are telling customers that have bruised credit that they can pick the car that they want and get what they want, and they should not buy the car that they don't want, right? Well, I'm here to tell you that is not my belief. Now, when I say that's not my belief, that's an old saying from your grandmother, your grandfather, and just pointing your finger, right? But my belief is that you gotta start right here, and then you gotta work your way up, right? You gotta start right here. Give you an example. When I wanted to buy my first house, I wanted to get that $300,000 house, 5-bedroom, and I hadn't even had a 3-bedroom or a 2-bedroom house. And I want to compare a house as a car is because I bought my first brand new house in my name first, not brand new house, but the house new to me before I actually had a car in my name. So what I'm telling you is when it comes to a car, you got to start with that first car. It's just like riding your bike, right? You don't get the bike with 2 wheels, you get the tricycle, right? 2 in the back and then the 1 in the front. When you get in a car, you gotta start with that first car. Maybe it's the car that you don't wanna get. Let me just give you an example. I remember when I got my first car, I wanted to go get that Range Rover. I wanted to get a Range Rover, $80,000 Range Rover, right? But then, you know what they told me? Regina, you can get this 525 over here, BMW. You can get that. Yeah, I work at a Chevy store, but this was 25 years ago when this happened to me. So I got that 525 because I couldn't get that Range Rover. I had never had a car in my name. Well, that was my second car. My first car was a Pontiac Grand Am. So I had to get that Pontiac Grand Am, but I had to have a co-signer. So the purpose of this video is to let you know that you need to start with that car to get you to A, to B, and back to A. So they call me the queen because I walk you through the process of getting into a vehicle. I take the application from you. Before I take the application from you, I actually find out what your needs and wants. Most of the time people tell me their life story. They tell me why they got into that situation. Everybody has a story, but how did you get into that? How did that situation happen? Everybody wants to tell me. So while being the queen, I'm also a listener. I'm also a counselor. I'm a counselor because I'm giving you advice on what I think you should do, or what do you need to do besides getting this car loan. Give you an example. I had a customer that her husband had no credit. The wife had a car in her name, and he wanted to get a car by himself. Well, he couldn't. Everybody turned him down by himself. I knew that because he had a 0 credit score. So what I told my customer, the wife, I said, you need to co-sign for your husband for a vehicle because he has no credit. She said, well, Regina, I don't want to do that. I said, well, you're married, right? You guys got to help each other. So she was able to co-sign for him. Now he had a trade-in. So we gave $1,000 for the trade. They needed a total of $2,000 down. So I said, hey, meet me halfway. I came up with the 5, got 5 more for the trade, and then they came up with $500. And they got into a what? They got into a 2021 Chevy Equinox. So he went from a 2000 Mercedes to 2021 Chevy Equinox. Now what did I do? I walked her through the process on what she needed to do. Then I also, after I signed them up for getting in the car deal, after they got their car, I said, you know what? Let's get on to this Capital One website, right? Let's apply for a Capital One credit card. They turned him down because he didn't have any credit, but they offered him a secure card. And I said, the great thing about Capital One is a credit card, has a credit card, and Capital One is a finance company. Once you get involved in Capital One and you get in their pockets, when I say you get in their pockets, meaning that you get in with them, they'll have you pre-approved to get you into another vehicle. Even not when you're ready, but probably before you're ready. So when you get that secure card through Capital One, secure card is where you use your own money and you pay for things over time using your own money, and they report to your credit bureau. But within 6 months to a year, Capital One usually gives you a credit card. They turn your money, your secure card, they turn it into a credit card. So Who can get a credit card within 6 months to a year with a credit card company? Capital One. I should be getting paid to do Capital One snippets, right? Because Capital One is the bomb, right? But anyway, I walked her through the process of what she needed to do. She didn't know what to do, even though she was in her late 40s, I believe early 50s. So what I'm saying to you is, age doesn't matter. It's about sharing information and sharing knowledge. So I provide the knowledge to my customers every day by walking them through their certain situation, but also give them the content out there by offering the video so that they can go back and watch them and just learn. So what makes me different than other salespeople is I don't have to, I'm so blessed by being in this business for so long that I don't have to wait for that customer to come through the door and say, you know, wait for them to say, it's Regina here, or fight over with my coworkers to get other customers or get customers to sit at my desk. I'm very blessed because I get a lot of referrals. I do a lot of content because I've been able to do that over the years and grow what I'm doing. And so now, not just YouTube, but Facebook, Instagram, my Facebook page, Regina, the Queen of Car Loans at Joe Longhammer Chevrolet. I have almost 3,000 followers on that. These followers are just not in Michigan, they're across the world. People follow me on that page. People go to my Instagram page. People find me on YouTube. And then they say, hey, Regina, I want to buy a car from you. But I cannot just only help you in Michigan. I can help you in any state that you're in the United States. You know, I get you pre-approved, and then we work out shipping the car to you, or we work out delivering that car to your doorstep by a person. Not the Queen. The Queen can't make every delivery herself, but we will put that car at your doorstep.